This is my recap and reaction to a must-see episode of Sister Wives, Season 6, Episode 8, A Wife Decides. The one where Meri and Kody decide they're not going to try to have another baby. Or I guess the one where Kody tells Meri he doesn't want to have another kid with her. You know? And the episode starts, and at this time, the family had just moved into their houses in the cul-de-sac in Vegas, and they love it. Christine says that she constantly has kids over, and her backyard is full of toys. Meri loves to hear kids playing in her loft. Janelle says the house is so big the kids don't even respond when she calls for them. And Robin is setting up a fire pit so that they can finally burn Kody's bags that he uses to go from house to house. The black bag that reminds everyone of when Kody had to, visit them separately before the cul-de-sac. And so the bags represent their separation. The manufacturers from My Sister Wife's Closet then come over because Kody wants to create a piece of jewelry for each wife for Mother's Day. He's just so excited to give Robin a piece of jewelry of a phoenix rising from the ashes. That's how he sees her. And then goes on about how Meri's gift is her loyalty, and he wants something that represents that, which is super ironic, by the way. Come on. And Christine, which, by the way, spoiler alert, she hates hers for some reason. Kody thinks a fairy is the perfect thing to represent her. And for Janelle, he says that she's earth and she's going to get a jewelry that has a tree on it. The wives and Kody go to see a gift shop at a casino that is interested in selling their My Sister Wife's Closet jewelry at a lesser price point. And there are some mermaids in the fish tank at the casino, and the wives are obsessed with the mermaids. They just love it. The gift shop is called Guilt, and the wives are a bit more in their judgmental era at this point. There are comments about how their religion doesn't like gambling. The mermaids are scantily clad. Robin's freaked out because the name of the gift shop is Guilt. And the manufacturers go on a rant of their own about how stores a lot of the time will say yes to carrying the jewelry, but then the middle management gets a hold of it and they decide it's a no. And that is just super weird because this is Vegas and you can see every body part on the street, but apparently polygamy is just too much. I mean, objectively speaking, their jewelry line, it is a super niche audience that would buy it. I feel like they should have called it something more like Robin Brown's Closet or something. Janelle, meanwhile, this is the season where she was talking about weight loss a lot. She was in her, health journey. Well, she's really frustrated because the numbers on the scale at the gym have not been changing. So she's super frustrated by that. Janelle goes to see a nutritionist who wants to change things for her diet. Janelle is cutting out grain and, she's really, really giving it a shot here for her weight loss. Meri and Kody are now going to the Red Rock Canyon and they're going to decide whether or not they're going to have another baby. This is actually a big moment on the show because at this point, Meri had been talking about fertility issues since season 1. Kody, who before this seemed really willing to push him and Meri trying IVF, or even Robin being a surrogate for them, now seems to have had a change of heart. It's so weird because you think they're going to sit on this canyon and decide, yeah, let's give it a shot. And then nice little music's going to play and, they live happily ever after. But it totally does not go that way. As soon as they sit down, Meri gets right into it and she asks, so what do you think about it? I want to know your opinion. Apparently, Meri admits that she was ready to say, I'm in to have another baby. But her error was asking Kody his opinion first, apparently. Meri asked him straight up how he feels about it. She's like, please tell me now. And he completely does a 180 and says, because God did not bless them and because they don't feel it in their gut, it's not burning in his gut to do this with her. And Meri asked him another question, almost like she didn't hear what he said, but she says, "Do you want to have another baby with me?" And I think Meri expected him to be very enthusiastic about moving forward. And I've heard him be enthusiastic and want this in the past, honestly. So he's completely 180'd on her here. He says, "Not if it's not what God wants." So basically, he only wants to try it naturally. And Meri immediately says, "Okay, then I'll go see a doctor to run tests to see if anything can be helped, to go the natural way." And Kody is now no longer on board, and Meri is shocked by this. She says, "I have to figure out my place now." It's like she's going to have this identity crisis, which we know she goes through a rough time with this. Kody just says, "Let's keep stewing on the no. Let's see if we wake up at night crying for this child that you want." Meri is super concerned about breaking this to Mariah, but admits that she understands where Kody's coming from. But now it's just done, and they have to move on with this new identity. And for them to create their relationship with having children being completely behind them. And so here we go. She has to break it to Robin too in the episode, because Robin had offered in a really emotional scene to be her surrogate, which, by the way, was a really kind offer. It was a big moment in the show. And she tells her basically that they decided not to go through it. Meri says that she planned to tell Kody she wanted to, but that through conversations, she felt it was a no from him. She says that, it is what it is right now. And Meri says that it wouldn't be as hard to be an empty nester as a monogamous couple, because, she's going through it with the husband. But as a polygamist, she's an empty nester and Kody is not. And that's a really tough thing to navigate. And I can totally see how that would be hard. Robin said that she felt like maybe she shouldn't have brought up the whole surrogate thing. Maybe she drug up something she shouldn't have. And Meri says, maybe I shouldn't want a child just to feel included. Ultimately, this is an important moment in Meri's whole identity crisis, and she's just going to keep going through it in Vegas. This was before she got a divorce from Kody, but this plus the divorce plus the catfishing, I mean, she always kind of struggled with finding her place after having kids, or after that dream of having a bigger family was kind of let go of. So, important episode for the series. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did Kody blindside Meri? And, do you think that this was the best decision for them in retrospect? All right, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more must-see episodes for Sister Wives coming up soon. Bye, guys.